What's up, fags? Crude here today with another video after like almost 3 fucking weeks. Aren't I just so consistent? But that's besides the point. Anyways, in today's video, I want to give my thoughts on E3 2016. Now, originally I was going to use footage, as in clips, from this year's E3 event, but then I realized I don't feel like getting my channel terminated, and considering the lack of protection that I have, YouTube could easily slip in an STD here and there, as in a copyright strike, and considering how small I am, that would probably be quite the fatal blow. But that's besides the point once again. Anyways, let's finally get into this shit. Yay! So as a way to kick off this year's E3 event, we get the most boring EA conference ever fucking made. Yet again, it's an EA conference, so I guess that's not a surprise whatsoever. So let me tell you about it. So, first off, we get some gameplay for Titanfall 2, which is basically Titanfall 1, but with actual content to play. So look forward to that on PlayStation 4.
Oh, hell yeah, boy!
Next up, they showed Madden and FIFA, blah blah, innovation, blah blah, new mechanics, blah blah blah. It's really just gonna be the same shit that we've already seen, blah 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 blah. No one cares, go fuck yourself. They also showed a trailer for Mass Effect Andromeda, so if you've been looking forward to actual gameplay, well, you're shit out of luck, so have fun with that trailer that you'll eventually forget about after 2 days. They also showed this new thing called EA Originals, which is this program where indie developers can have their games published by EA. So I'm expecting every single one of these indie developers to be killed off, just like all the other AAA developers that EA's killed before, with the exception of DICE, because, well, that's all they have left. They also showed more Star Wars Battlefront shit, as in DLC, so for the 12 people that are still playing Star Wars Battlefront, prepare the lube and prepare the $50, because EA's going in completely fucking raw. They also showed gameplay for Battlefield 1 after the actual conference itself. And what was supposed to be an hour's worth of gameplay was one half an hour's worth of interviews with celebrities that no one gives a shit about, and the second half an hour being gameplay commentaried over in the worst way imaginable. So overall, I give this conference a fuck you EA, no one cares out of 10.
Oh my god, I love you, Bethesda! God, Howard, please have my baby!
So after the boring-ass EA conference, we then move on to the Bethesda conference, which, admittedly, isn't as good as their last year's conference. It's pretty shit compared to what they did last year. Let me tell you about it. So they open up their conference with Quake Champions, which is a reboot of the Quake series. And for PC only, the ultimate gaming experience.
Oh, PC Master Race!
Then after that they show Elder Scrolls Legends card game. Fuck you. Then after that they show Fallout 4 mods. That cool. Then they show Fallout 4 Build-A-Vault.
So that's right, everyone. For the first time ever, you can build your very own vault in Fallout 4. Experience Minecraft and Fallout for the first time. Hell yeah!
Then they show that Fallout Shelter is going to be available for Steam. Awesome!
On a serious note, I may give that shit a chance. I'm just being real with you guys. Then after that, are you guys hyped? Are you guys excited? Because you should be. That's right, everyone.
Skyrim's being remastered with mod support for Xbox One and PlayStation 4! Oh yeah!
That's right, console gamers. For the first time ever, you can experience the ultimate Skyrim experience that PC gamers have already had for the last 5 years. Fuck yeah!
And then after that, they showed Prey. Is this a reboot or a completely different game? I really can't tell, but I'll just stick to reboot. And then after that, they showed new multiplayer content for Doom. So for the 2 people that are still playing Doom's multiplayer, you have something cool to look forward to, I guess. Then after that, they showed the Elder Scrolls Online. So instead of admitting to the fact that the game's completely dead, they're going to keep supporting it for the 3 people still left playing it. So you 3 players left in Elder Scrolls Online, you have fun with that shit. And then after that, they showed that Fallout 4 and Doom are going to be available to play in VR soon.
That's right, everyone. For the first time ever, experience God Howard in VR. Hell yeah!
Then after that, they showed footage of Dishonored 2. So, yeah. That shit looks pretty tight, to be quite honest with you. But overall, this conference wasn't shit. It was just shit compared to what they did last year. But that's that for Bethesda. Now, it's time to move on to
Xbox! Phil Spencer, I fucking love you! Fuck me!
So Microsoft opened up their conference with the VCR1 Slim. Basically, it's 40% smaller, has no power brick, which means that VCR fat fucking finally fit into a place when it should. Also sports a brand new controller. Has 4K support, so if you want to fap to House of Cards in 4K quality, you now can. Comes with a 2TB hard drive. All in all, Not bad if you don't own the console. Next up, they showed Xbox Play Anywhere, which means that you can play with your Xbox One on the go. So if you want to bless your Xbox One while you're out on a plane to give you something to do, then you can do just that. They also showed Gears of War 4 gameplay with some of the corniest dialogue I've ever heard, as well as revealed a brand new Gears of War 4 Xbox One controller. They also revealed that there's going to be a Gears of War 4 playable character in Killer Instinct. Yay to the 2 players that are still playing that game. They also showed Forza Horizon 3 gameplay, and it doesn't look that bad. They also showed off some brand new ReCore gameplay, and seeing as the main protagonist is female, along with having a robot companion, you can expect the game to be Rule 34 to fuck. Literally. They also showed off some Final Fantasy 15 gameplay, and holy fuck, it was the equivalent of Polygon's Doom demo. That's how fucking bad it was. After that, they showed some footage for the Division expansion pack, DLC. So to the 5 people that still play that game, I guess look forward to that. Ubisoft will appreciate it quite a bit. And then for some stupid-ass reason, they showed off the already used Battlefield 1 gameplay trailer, as if that wasn't already shown at EA's shitty conference. And then after that, they showed off brand new Xbox One features such as background music, Cortana, being able to create communities, being able to create arenas for competitive gaming. You know, that should have been there at launch, but that's besides the point, I suppose. They also showed off that now you can do Minecraft cross-platform play with Xbox One, and that they're just called Minecraft Realms as a way to make them sound cool. And they showed it off in the cringiest fucking way possible. And then after that, they show that you can now create your
Own Xbox One custom controllers. Go on Xbox.com now and design your own Xbox One custom controller today.
They also showed off a bunch of indie shit, or more specifically, this really weird fucking game called We Happy Few. It gave me that really disturbing Bioshock vibe. I mean, it just seems so innocent and lovable, and then out of nowhere you're fucking abusing the animals and people eating dogs, and I don't fucking know. It's like Bioshock, but incredibly steroided to shit. It was also revealed that CG Projekt Red is now taking that card game called Gwent from Witcher 3 and is making it into its own thing, because surprisingly there's actually a developer who actually listens to gamers. I know that's real shocking, but it's actually happening. Tekken 7 was also revealed, so there's that, I guess. Looks pretty lit, I suppose. They also revealed Dead Rising 4 with nothing explained whatsoever. They also showed Scalebound gameplay, and it's good to see that Dante is doing something else after his Inferno days. I also like his brand new dye job. All in all, it's cool to see that he's doing something different with his life, especially after that last Devil May Cry game. You know, it's cool to see he's venturing off to do different things, you know, expanding his horizon. They also showed some really cringy Sea of Thieves gameplay. Oh god, I never want to watch that shit ever again. They also revealed State of Decay 2. Yeah, more zombies. Fun, right? They also revealed Halo Wars 2. And now there's a beta that you can go play, so if you want to go play that shit, go play it on Xbox One right now. And then finally, they revealed
Project Scorpio, the next iteration within the Xbox One family, and is said to be the most powerful console of all time, releasing holiday 2017.
Let's be real here. We know this shit's only happening because the original Xbox One is not lasting for shit. And while it's supposed to play Xbox One games, and is going to be supported alongside the original Xbox One, we all know that low-key Microsoft's going to slowly and surely push away the original console. Why the fuck would they keep supporting the One when they have the Scorpio? Come on now. And honestly, they should just call the Scorpio a brand new console altogether, you know, a 9th generation system, because that's pretty much what it is. Pretty stupid to call it an Xbox 1.5, because that's what they consider it, when that really isn't what it is whatsoever. But hey, at least it's not coming out 3 years after the original system, right? Looking at you, Sony. At least they know to wait a certain amount of time. But yeah, all in all, Microsoft's conference, I give it I'm gonna give it 8 Phil Spencers out of 11 Xbox 10s.
It will be solved.
So where do I even begin with Ubisoft's conference? Well, first off, they showed this really pointless pre-show no one cares about. Then they opened up the main conference by revealing Just Dance 2017 in the cringiest and most retarded way possible. Basically, it was like a third-grade talent show, but with furries dancing on stage. And all the furries watching, oh man, they probably got aroused by that shit. There's no denying it. Then after that, they went on to show gameplay of Ghost Recon Wildlands, which was very forgettable and something, well, nobody's fucking talking about. Then came along South Park, the Fractured Butthole gameplay, which was actually funny and ironically the only thing Ubisoft attempted to do in a funny manner and actually made me laugh, so good on you, Ubisoft. You can actually make people laugh for all the right reasons. Then after that, they showed new content for The Division. You 3 people playing it, or how many people are left playing it? Like I said before, you have fun with that. Then after that, they showed
Brand new virtual reality games.
games, well, I can't remember whatsoever. And then after that, they showed gameplay of For Honor. About fucking time they did. You know that medieval game that was revealed at last year's Ubisoft E3 conference? Yeah, pretty lit gameplay. And surprisingly, for a Ubisoft title, it actually looks decent, refreshing, not Assassin's Creed. So good on you, Ubisoft. Then they showed Trials of the Blood Dragon, which is Trials Evolution, but with the look of Blood Dragon. You know, that expansion pack from Far Cry 3? Yeah, that about sums it up. And this right here proves that Ubisoft does in fact do acid. Then after that, they showed the Assassin's Creed movie trailer. And the trailer looks good. And if the movie isn't shit, then I'll be very, very surprised. Then after that, they showed gameplay of Watch Dogs 2. Yeah, the sequel no one gave a fuck about. And then after that, they showed gameplay as a way to end the conference. They showed gameplay of Steep, which is a snowboarding game. Reminds me of that one snowboarding game from the Xbox original and PS2. Can't remember the name of it, but it was fun ragdolling and killing myself every 5 minutes in that game. And that sums up what exactly happened at Ubisoft's conference. So, as usual, bunch of cringy shit, a bunch of shit no one cares about, and, well, just another day for Ubisoft. And so now, we move on to
Sony.
So where do I begin with Sony's conference? Well, for one, be surprised, but they actually started the conference on time. I know, right? What a big fucking surprise. For once, a company at E3 actually opens up their conference when they're supposed to. Wow, that's quite the shocker, even now. Then after that, they had this epic fucking orchestra as a way to introduce God of Skyrim Last of Us 4. So, for all those that have been waiting for the return of Kratos in a game that isn't a remaster, then there you go. You have something very refreshing and very interesting to play when it actually happens. Then after that, they showed Days Gone. First they showed a trailer, and then at the end of the conference they showed gameplay of it. But I'll put those two together. So this gameplay that they showed, it looked actually cool at first, but then came along zombies, and that's when I stopped giving a fuck. And then after the trailer and the gameplay that I just mentioned, they then showed The Last Guardian. And believe it or not, but it actually has a release date? Then after that, they showed gameplay of Horizon Zero Dawn, which is fucking Far Cry Primal with robots from Ratchet & Clank or some shit. And then came along Detroit Become Human.
A game by David Cage.
Then they started showing virtual reality shit, you know, PlayStation VR, with fucking Resident Evil 7? What's that? It actually looks like a horror game? In first person. Oh my. And then after that, they showed that VR for PlayStation is happening October 12th of this year at $400 in the US. And then they showed a game called Farpoint with fucking giant spiders. Fuck that shit. And then they showed Star Wars Battlefront for VR. It's like one mission. Cool, I guess. And then they showed Batman VR, Batman Arkham VR, I meant to say, with Mark Hamill doing narration over it. Then after that, they showed Final Fantasy 15 in VR, starting off with a fucking bass drop. And then after that, they showed and it actually looks decent. And okay. And then after that came along a reveal for Crash Bandicoot returning in the form of remasters for Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, Warped, and starting off with his return in the new Skylanders game. Yeah! And then more Lego games. Cool. Then they revealed a game where Norman Reedus is walking naked on the beach surrounded by dead crabs, birds, and a baby melting in his hands. And it's called Death Stranding, and it's being made by Kojima, so that's to be completely expected. And then after that they showed Spider-Man by Insomniac, so that shit better be good. And then comes along the Days Gone gameplay, but I already talked about that earlier on. And yeah, that's it. Barely any indie titles. Just games. No cringy speeches over and over and over again. All in all, I give it a Sony fucking killed it out of 10.
Oh, Nintendo!
So then comes along Nintendo and show. Oh,
Fuck you!
so to sum up my thoughts on every single conference, EA was shit, Bethesda did decent, Xbox was awesome, Ubisoft was cringe, Sony fucking killed it, and Nintendo showed, well, Zelda and, well, at least they're honest with us. And all in all, that's E3. Another year of cringe, games, and shit no one wanted to see. All in all, my favorite conference was Sony's, Xbox being in second place, and everything else, well, yeah. Anyways, that's all I had to say for this video, and I'm not gonna even ask you to like this time, it's pointless. But I'll see you guys next time. Until then, yeah.
Peace, bitches.